And now on the Business RadioX network, another exciting episode with Jamie Overturf in Connecting Tucson with Jamie.
Hello, and welcome to Connecting Tucson with Jamie Overturf, broadcasting from Tucson Business RadioX, situated in the Stewart Title corporate offices right off of Broadway here in Tucson, Arizona. Connecting Tucson is all about that, connecting our community, local businesses, and organizations to help our community grow and thrive. Today, we are talking with Martha Chinnock, Client Service Managers for i3 Media Solutions. Hello, Martha.
Hi. Happy to be here.
So glad you are. Martha, I'm going to tell you a little bit about yourself, and feel free to chime in if I say anything incorrect. Martha was born and raised in Ohio. She met her husband while studying technical writing and bowling at Green State University. After graduation, he was commissioned into the U.S. Air Force, and they started a 20-plus year adventure living across the U.S. and South Korea, raising two beautiful children, working, volunteering, and traveling. Right now, she has two wonderful daughters. One is a 20-year-old in Ohio, and one is 17 going on 18, correct?
Correct.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Connecting with Tucson. I know I'm excited to share your journey, and I think we should dive right in. But before I do that, I want to thank you and your husband for the service for the U.S. Air Force. My son is actually June 6th, deploying for the Marines. So
fantastic. Well, it's the family that serves too. So thank you. It's an amazing opportunity that we've had to be able to travel with him and do what he does and be able to be part of his service. And it's exciting for you to watch him ship off. And
exciting and scary, I think, a bit. I'm not quite yet. No,
they come from the same place, right? They come from the same place.
They do. Yeah. So I'm going to dive right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how your journey brought you to i3 Media Solutions.
Absolutely. So, married 20 years in a non-linear career, resulting from being across the country in many different locations. I started as a technical writer and found that in my first job that I liked what I was doing, but maybe not in that corporate environment. And I left after about a year, and then we found out we were pregnant. And so it was fantastic. I got to stay at home with my children. My husband's job afforded me that opportunity, and we took advantage of that. But I also needed something for me. So at that time, I went into direct sales. And so I was in direct sales for several years while I was able to stay at home with my children.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
It was great. And then they went off to school, and then I found that I had more time on my hands. So although I had been successful in direct sales, I started picking up jobs where I was able to work while they were at school. So I worked at an insurance agency. I worked in a realtor's office. I worked several different places as we moved, never really being able to build up much of anything because we moved. When my kids got to middle school is when we found ourselves in South Korea, which, by the way, was amazing. We had so much fun living over there for 2.5 years, and the community was just fantastic. And I found myself with two amazing jobs within one situation where I got to be around people. I was a coordinator for my church, and I got to be the account manager for the whole chapel system. So I used both sides of my brain, right? Checkbook register, the chapel system, coordinating the church. And I found that I thrived there with both of those things.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It was fun. I was, working with people, working with numbers, so much fun. When we moved to Tucson 6 years ago, which is crazy as a military family to be in one place for 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, my husband separated from active duty during the time.
Okay.
Anyway, I worked at a school for a while, and it was so much fun, and it was great until I changed, and I needed something different. I needed more people interaction. And so I left the school, which was amazing, on really good terms and happy, just looking for something different, and went back into direct sales. And while I was networking, joining some groups, networking for my direct sales, I joined an organization called BNI, for those of you who have heard that. And during that, being a part of BNI, I was doing what you do. You go to one-to-ones and you meet people. And I met the amazing founder of i3 Media Solutions. And she was looking for a client services manager. And I boldly, like I have not ever been so bold in my whole entire life, was like, it's me. You should hire me. And almost 3 years later, this is what I've been doing. And I have so much fun with it. The company provides all the things marketing that somebody might need. And I get to meet people in Tucson, people around the world now, thanks to Zoom, and because we do digital marketing. So we are in a digital space and get to connect people and use both sides of my brain still, managing projects for the company and networking and meeting people and being part of the face of the company.
Wonderful. So client services. So you say you're meeting with clients. What does that entail for i3 Media Solutions?
So part of what I do is network. And
Okay.
so I go out and I meet new potential clients, people, and find out what their needs are. Part of what I do is when they become clients of i3 Media Solutions, then I help manage their projects.
Okay.
So I make sure that the clients are happy and I make sure the team stays informed and knows what they need. So I act as the liaison between both.
Wonderful. Now you said they're the founder of i3 Media Solutions. Tell us a little bit what had her founding i3 Media Solutions.
Absolutely. So her name is Frankie Lemaire, and she's an amazing woman. She started 7 amazing businesses, but i3 is her main work that she does now. And she really started as a graphic designer. It was her background.
Mm-hmm.
And what she does now, she found that, the digital space is where she wanted to be. She actually has a master's degree in user interface with computers. So
Right,
how all of that works. And so she's so great at the strategy, not only behind a website, but strategy and marketing. She's been working in marketing for years. So all of that led to her knowing that she needed to be in a space to really listen to clients. She's very focused on what clients need. So we don't have at i3 like buckets, like bucket A, bucket B, bucket C. Everybody goes into a bucket. We're so client focused to hear what exactly you need or you need or you need. And that's all led by her. There's nobody's the same. Everybody has different needs. And that's one of my favorite things about being client services manager is going and listening and hearing what those individual people need. Make it great for you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get into the services and products that your company offers here shortly. But tell us a little bit about the people who are working behind the scenes for the clients. What are some of the positions and things that you do for your clients?
Absolutely. So we have a team of 7 right now. We have the creative director and founder. She does strategy. She keeps up to date on all the education. She designs websites. She does marketing strategy, manages all of us. So many things, a little bit of networking, a little bit of all the things.
Multiple
Amazing.
hats. Yes.
And does a brilliant job at all of them. And then we have can't quite think of exactly her title, but anyway, she's the head of the content creation section of our department, of our company. So she writes or assigns other people in the team to write and develop and manage all the social media that we produce for people. So a lot of what we do is social media marketing.
Okay.
So people who need help with their online presence, we have somebody who creates all of that, whether it's the images or the actual verbiage or verbiage on websites or the search engine optimization verbiage. She does a lot of those so she's
That's important, the search engine optimization.
Yes, absolutely. All the content there. So she is in part of that whole team and does a lot of that too. And then also on her team, she has an editor who does some of those things. And then we also have a website development person who does the development and helps with the hosting and the maintenance and all of that stuff. We have a business development associate who also goes out and networks and meets people and talks up i3 Media Solutions and really helps get our name out there and meets with people, all of that. And then we have a digital producer who helps with engagement online. So goes out and spreads the word online about i3 Media Solutions. And then she also does some of the, I don't know, we all do a lot of things.
It's
there might be.
That's perfect. Yeah. And we had literally this was my next question, so I'm glad it came up. We were talking about SEOs and what are those, because people don't understand how they work, why they're important, and why they need to have them for their business or how to help that. And so obviously that's an impressive list of services that you guys do.
I think we're up to 97 services we offer,
Wow.
but never everyone needs all of it. So,
No, you customize it and tailor, and that's good. Some listeners may not know what SEO is, even though we did just kind of say it.
Yeah.
So why is that important to businesses, and how do you help those businesses that need that specific service?
Okay, so SEO, or search engine optimization, is the idea of having all of your online presence, specifically your website, optimized so that when people are searching for you, they find you. So there are different strategies behind your website in the back end, whether it's metadata, meta descriptions, keywords, and the content on your site, longevity of your site. And there are other things that go into all of it, where Google, I'm going to use Google because Google is the largest search engine, but this is Bing and Yahoo and all the other things too. But where they look. Now, of course, Google isn't looking. There isn't a person at Google looking. There are computers searching this, right? It's programs who are doing this. So they look through these programs for this different information. And so as your company has searchable content, that's how Google knows who you are. And so if you are searching, do a test. Go and search like the best Mexican restaurant in Tucson, and then search again, Tucson's best Mexican restaurant. Does the same thing come up? Probably not, because those are actually two different keywords, or key phrases, even though you and I would think it's the same exact thing, right? We're looking for the best Mexican restaurant in Tucson,
but you started with Tucson versus Mexican restaurant.
And so all of that, there is strategy behind that. And it changes monthly. Things happen all the time that makes it different. So search engine optimization is not something that's a one and done. You can change all the time. And there are so many things that are searchable now that used to not be. Your Facebook feed, first 3 lines of your Clubhouse bio. So many different things could be added into when there are searches being done for you. Your Google My Business platform. We could talk all day long.
Absolutely. And that's what you answered my next question. It's not just a one and done, because search engine optimization, SEO, we can start doing that for short now. Hopefully everybody gets that. It can't change from month to month, because and do you have to constantly reprogram that? How do you help them make sure that when somebody searches, let's just say, the best Mexican restaurant in Tucson, that however they search, that their restaurant will be pulled up into that search? How do you do that?
Well, there are different research platforms. You look, you see, you test all of those things. And then also Google releases some metrics to explain what they're looking for. And so you just make sure you're up to date on all of the education of what the new things are. And that's one of the things that our founder does, is she stays up to date with all of the education, and that side of our team, the content side of our team, stays up to date with those things. So yeah, but it's always evolving and learning and all of that.
I love the fact that you do that. And one of the other reasons that I find i3 Media Solutions very interesting is you don't just say, hey, bring your business to me and we'll take care of it. You don't have to know anything about it. You actually go above and beyond that and want the owner and the people to be involved and understand the whys and behind, so they can be a little bit more self-sufficient maybe on some of their ends.
One of the founding principles when i3 was started was about educating people. Believe me, if you are totally hands off and you don't want to know a thing, do the things, we will do the things. But if you want to learn and be educated, we have workshops, we have classes, we will do private coaching. If you want to know what is going on with these things, we will help teach, walk you through, and teach you how to fish. So it's so much fun.
Yes, so don't just keep bringing me the fish. Teach me how to do it. So in case something does happen, I'm able to do that. And you do offer multiple platforms for those learnings. You mentioned, a one-on-one, but there's also something, a social circle community that's out there that people can be a part of. Can you tell us a little bit about that service and product?
Oh, absolutely. So it's really a community of micro-influencers that we are building. and it does not have to be here in Tucson. I know we're connecting Tucson, so please, Tucson, come. But if you have friends across the nation, you are all welcome too. World, really. But we host 9 events right now, monthly, looking to grow, so depending. And it's a closed Facebook group. You get that. And then you can come to any of these 9 events, and anybody can come as a guest twice for free, or there is a membership fee. So you can come and check it out. So
I think I've done it once, and I had a lot happen in between then and now, and I know we all have. So I'm definitely going to check you out again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've done some research on you guys, though.
Yeah.
So.
Research is important, and probably you found us because we have great SEO, and you can find all of the things.
Yeah, I found it very easy to search you and get to know a little bit more about your company and the i3 team and everything that's behind what you do. And part of the reason I wanted to bring you on this show is because I thought you could easily impact and help a lot of my business owners and listeners out there that desperately need this social media content in this day and age when we are not as, I guess, frequently going face to face or out to doing things, so they have to connect in a different way. And I think that's so important.
Yeah. So not only do we have the social circle community where you can come learn from other business owners, it's a great place to connect. Like I said, we have some marketing coaching programs for people who are looking to learn a little bit more and want a group atmosphere. We offer them several times through the year, where it's a small class, 10 weeks long, lots of education.
Is that your workshop, or is that something different?
We call it a coaching program.
Okay.
It's called Insight to Income, and it's 10 weeks, 1 hour a week, 10 weeks in a row. And then you get a library full of the content that we went over, all sorts of amazing information within that class. We try and cap it around 8 to 10 people. So it's a small environment to learn with people together. And it's great because other people ask great questions, and you all learn about how to show up strategically, productively, and authentically. That's what we say.
Authentically.
Online.
Love that.
Yeah. So it's a great class, and a lot of people, the people who have taken it have learned so much, and it's so fun for us to watch them just shine online now. So it's been a really fun fun class.
That's a 10-week class. So you have a start and an end date. Nobody can come in between it. Now, is that virtual? Is that in person? Can it be both?
So far, it's been virtual because we had other things, and then we switched all to virtual during the pandemic. So that's what it's been. I am not sure about the future, but it's easy to do the Zoom class with it. We all go online. We do it easy to record. And then you get a library of all the recordings of the classes. So that's been the platform that it's worked on so far.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's called Insight to Income. And it's a 10-week course that i3 Media Solutions offers for anyone, right? Not just business owners?
Anyone. We've had employees. We've had franchise owners. We've had people who are solopreneurs getting started. Like, I decided I'm going to do a business. What do I do? Please come to the class.
Oh, wonderful.
Or people who have been in business for 15 years who are like, crud, I think I really do need a Facebook page right now. So all spectrums.
Yeah, that whole little that's so the older generation, not that they don't, but yes, I think I and you kind of grew up in the middle of the whole, we didn't have that technology. We grew up with the technology. We saw the infancy of it and can still function on what it is today versus children that are going today, that are 17 or 18-year-olds. I find it funny. We actually saw a wall phone for the first time at one of the places we were staying in. My son could not figure out how to use it.
I see all the memes that say, want to confuse somebody who's younger, write instructions in cursive and leave them a dial phone.
No, it was the dial phone.
It wasn't even but a dial phone and leave them a stick shift car and see if they can get to you.
Yes.
Instructions in cursive.
And that's one of the main reasons my son is driving a manual truck is I'm making him drive that. And he eventually figured out how to do the rotary phone. It took him a second, but he was trying to figure out but yes, that was amusing and amazing. And I don't know. I think sometimes even for me, even though I grew up with the social media that was out there, I can be very intimidated by everything that's out there. And knowing when and where specifically should I focus my efforts on, and having somebody point me in that direction, I think is huge, because I can't do everything as a business owner. I do need help, and getting that help and asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of knowing of when I need to extend my hand to say, can you please help me?
Absolutely. And so many people say, you need to be on social media. You need to be on all the platforms. But if your right and perfect client is not on that platform, then that is not the platform for you to start with for sure.
Exactly.
And possibly never go to. So it's always helpful to know where your right and perfect clients are so that that's where you spend your time. So that's where they can find you. Because if your right and perfect client is 65 years plus, you probably aren't spending your time on Instagram. They're probably not there.
Probably just using Google and maybe some Facebook for something. That's probably what they're doing.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So you mentioned we talked about the workshops that are a little bit different. We've talked about your social circle community, and you also have workshops. Now, can you tell us a little about these workshops, what topics you cover, when they are, how often you use these workshops?
So we do several workshops ranging in a variety of topics. Some ones that we have done recently and or are coming up. So we've done one specifically on Instagram. We have one coming up a little bit later on Clubhouse, which is a new social media audio.
I heard about that.
Yes.
I haven't quite gotten
it's bringing back the radio show.
That's it.
Yeah, different than podcasting, though, where you can record and play over and over again, only live. Clubhouse is only live. So interesting, but we're going to have a workshop about that. We do marketing calendar sessions where you actually get to come for a couple of hours and set up your marketing calendar for the next quarter.
Ooh, okay.
We have a session scheduled on hashtags, specifically all about hashtags. And so we're super excited about that. So it just anything marketing related, we've probably had a workshop on it or might have one coming up. Those are just some that are kind of in the works right now.
Wonderful. So while we've talked, we have just discussed several different types of areas and avenues that a business owner or a person can get to know a little bit about social media, from the social community circle, or sorry, I said that wrong. Your actual income to insight to income.
Yes.
Yep, 10 weeks. Then you also have your workshops. Now, how can people get a hold of you to do this? Do they have to become like a member, or can they purchase a workshop only, or is the workshop free? Walk us through how that works. If somebody comes to you and says, I'm not a business owner, but I need to know a little bit more about X.
Absolutely. So a lot of people, when they first find us, maybe find us on Facebook or Instagram, and they sometimes reach out and do what is called a digital review with us. So this is a free product that we offer to anyone to talk to them about their online presence. And so we just go through what we see front side when people are searching, how they show up online. And then we also can look a little bit if they have a website on the back end of things, unless they are somebody who is like a part of a larger website system that's like made for them, like a direct sales company. Like we're not going to evaluate the larger direct sales company's website. Right. Like that's not something we could help with. But so we look at somebody's online presence that way. So that's one way that, and then we kind of recommend like, oh, we think you would really, you're doing amazing at everything, but maybe you need a little bit of help with hashtags. Maybe you'd like this workshop. So we kind of do some recommendations after the digital review. This is one of the things that we offer. Some people just call and say, tell me what you do. And we schedule a coffee chat where we don't even do a digital review. And and you don't have to drink coffee, but you can drink your Diet Coke or your
Who doesn't
whatever.
love coffee?
Me.
Oh,
So well, we call them coffee chats, but where we just talk a little bit about what exactly your needs are. Like I said, everyone is individual. Mm-hmm. And so some things work better for other people than other things. So we want to talk and figure out that. But there is never, ever pressure or anything. So you just can call and talk to one of us who knows about all the products we offer. So usually it's Renee or myself who might go to a coffee chat or do a digital review and go over everything. So, and then we just talk about what you need and how we can help you.
Well, those are all great. And I think that's part of, again, like I said, the reason that I wanted you to come on and talk to my listeners. You're there every step of the way for your clients, helping them make informed decisions, choosing the right technology, not just for them, but for their businesses. Then you not only show them those technologies, you teach them how to use it, and finally support them with customized services after the fact, if they want them or not, teaching them to reach their business goals and ultimately helping businesses build these skills and understand the why and how for themselves for social media so they can be self-sufficient. I know that was a lot of words, but that is, I think, what you do in a nutshell, and I love it. Tell me and my listeners, what does your ideal client or customer look like? Who could benefit from your services?
Everyone? No,
it's true, but
right. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and that's not exactly right, because there are people who aren't open to a little bit of feedback, and there are people who are pretty sure that their way is the best way. And we look for people who are hungry to learn. And really the ideal person is somebody who wants to go to the next level and they're just not sure. And so that's what I'm looking for. The new business owner who's excited and they want to go to the next level. They want to open, right? Next level. The person who built their own website on their own platform, and they're like, I need to have all of those assets of search engine optimization on a website that shows up differently than what I have right now. They're going to the next level. I'm hungry. I want the next thing. I love those type of people to talk to. They're great. I want to know how to show up online authentically and as myself, because I'm amazing in person, and online I'm a little bit of a wet noodle. Teach me. I love those people, right? That's so much fun. So the people who are looking for the next, they want to learn. They're hungry. They're excited.
They might be plateaued and not be able to reach that next level.
Or they might not know. They might not know the question to ask, but they know that they have to ask a question.
Yeah.
So
I
those are the
love
people.
that. You might not know the question that you have to ask, but they know they need to ask the question. So how do you ask the question when you don't know what to ask?
Right. So teach me, tell me something. And that's one of my favorite things actually about our Insight to Income class, is because you get a whole bunch of people together who know they need to know more. I've never thought of that. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a great tip. And the bouncing off of each other during it's so much fun for me.
So basically any business I would suggest for you specific.
Yeah.
Now,
we help people who are solopreneurs who literally sit on their couch and work on their computer, right? Like that is the level of their business, to people who have hundreds of employees and 70 plus trucks in their fleet. So it really can be any size business. We help all different types of businesses too. Lawyers, people who own hair salons. We help, tradesmen. We help people who are coaches. We help, just insurance agents. We help lots of different types of businesses. So it's not at all a painter. Not at all something construed by what they do. It's who they are that we love working with. So your product, we can help you with marketing your company, because it's who you are. It's not necessarily the doodad that you work
correct with. Because you're marketing yourself. You want to come across authentic, as you said. So people do a lot of relationship buying. And if they do a relationship buying, they're more likely to come back to you because they like you. They like you. They like the product too, but they like you. And yes. I do find Tucson does a lot of relationship buying. I call us a little big town. It's really that great homey feel that I love and why I stick around. Yeah. The COVID pandemic definitely changed how a lot of businesses, did business is a way to say that. How has the pandemic changed i3 Media Solutions and how you help your clients? Is it easier, harder? How does that work?
Easier, absolutely. And what really has changed is the amount of people that we can help at once, with like the classes and the workshops and the getting the word out and things. The social circle community started way before COVID, but it started thriving during COVID, right? Because they were like, oh, I can jump on for 45 minutes. I don't need to drive anywhere. We were doing things before, but it's easy now to gather like that for business networking purposes. So that's easy. Also, with the technology of being able to share screens easier.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to show somebody, oh, this is how you go and you like this, or this is how you go and you change this on your setting or whatever. A lot of people who are hands-on learners, it's easy to share a screen and for us to say, go here.
I was going to say, what about the hands-on learners? But you're right. The sharing the screen, they can
share your
do
screen.
it.
You
they
do it
can do
yourself.
it right there, and then they're not. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I know businesses were also forced to change tactics and learn new ways of getting and retaining clients. It definitely feels that you have the perfect portfolio and knowledge to help them transition and make the most of their marketing. If you're just tuning in and listening, you're connecting Tucson with Jamie Overturf, where we focus on connecting our community and local businesses and organizations in our community to grow and thrive. As your local insurance professional for all of your insurance need, I know it is important to make new and lasting connections right here in our own community. You never know how a connection will create that spark or pull you in a unique direction. If you're a small business owner or involved in a community project and you would like to be featured on the show, please feel free to give me a call. All of my information is on TucsonBusinessRadioX.com, and I would just love to hear from you. We are talking with Martha Chinnock, Client Services Manager for i3 Media Solutions, located here in Tucson, Arizona. They are a digital forward creative agency that can help your business with a variety of needs, such as social media, website design, and as we were discussing earlier, much, much more. This actually leads me to my next question. You do provide a variety of products and services, and this can be very confusing for some. You just mentioned they might not know how to ask that question. What are some common misconceptions about your business that we can put to rest because they might not understand what it is you do?
That's a fantastic question. So a lot of people hear marketing and they assume assumptions come from everywhere, but some people don't understand that everything that you present online and in person markets who you are. And so your online presence of your website, your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook profile, business-wise, I'm talking business, not personal, although they can intermingle. But if you see people in one place and they are totally different in another place and totally different in another place, people start to wonder the authenticity and consistency of who you are.
What's the real you?
What's the real you? And then you meet them in person, before COVID and soon, hopefully, we're seeing people in person. And they're like, every picture I see of you online, you have, the false eyelashes and all the lipstick and all the things. And I only ever see you out networking your business and you're wearing tennis shoes and whatever, right? They're like, this doesn't match. So the idea of having a brand behind you and all of it, and it can be simple. It can be that your brand is that you wear yellow and you have a lot of fun and you have, whatever it is, right?
No, I like that. Bright yellow, have fun.
Right? And so that's consistent across everything, that's marketing too. Even your presence when you are networking is all a part of your marketing. And that's so much a part of what we do is try and help people all across the spectrum. So some people don't realize that it's all hand in hand, but we really, really, really believe that it all goes together.
And that actually leads me to my next question. What you said was just very interesting. And I did do my research on your company. There seem to be other companies that are offering similar types of products and services. Why should businesses and people choose i3 Media Solutions?
Because we're awesome.
Which is true.
Honestly, you need to work with the people who you feel most comfortable with. So please just call us and see if we are the right fit for you. I think we probably are, or maybe we're not. But that's why we offer the free digital review. That's why we offer those coffee chats. And so that we can get to know you, because we want it to be a great experience for the client. So I think that that's exactly what...
You want it to be a mutual experience. You don't want it to just be one-sided. You want them to be there to make sure that they understand why they're there and that they get a benefit from it, not just that they feel obligated to be there, I would think is a good way to put that.
Exactly. We want it to work for the client. So let's chat first. Make sure that everything is transparent communication. We do offer phenomenal products. We are at a very good price point. Our customer service is amazing. And the quality of the work that we do We love it. People love it. It's fantastic. We do a really good job.
Let's talk about what are some of the top services that i3 Media Solutions provides for clients?
So our website design for new websites or an updated website is unparalleled. People really love how they look and how they function. You know, it's amazing. We had, she's a great client, a good friend who had 2 different iterations of websites done that just didn't work for her. Like they just didn't work for her. And she was frustrated and she explained to us what she needed. And all of a sudden she gets all sorts of, it's easy for her clients to use. It's easy for her to use. She's getting all sorts of business just from her website. And she's oh, this is how this can work. And that's how it's supposed to work.
The light bulb goes off and you're like, okay, now I see why people are saying, well, I need to have this. They might have it, but they might have the wrong version of it or the wrong platform.
Right. Absolutely.
Excellent.
And then the other thing that I really think that people don't understand and appreciate when we've helped them with is the copywriting of social media posts. So we help people show up as themselves. That's what we do with the social media management is we help use your voice. We are you on social media. You approve everything. It's not that we just post and pray. You know, we have a strategy.
Post and pray. Sorry.
We have a strategy we go through. But when we help clients with their social media presence, it is not a third party talking about, you know, Jamie and the third party. It is talking about, you know, I did this and I did that because it is your voice and we are helping you stand up authentically. And so many people love that. So,
excellent. Yeah. Very excellent. Now, you said that if people are unsure that you would provide the digital review or the coffee chats. How long do these usually last, the digital review?
So about half an hour, unless we get chatty, which is possible because I'm chatty, and then they might go an hour. So, but usually we try and stay to about half an hour because we want to respect other people's time too.
Okay.
So.
Perfect. Very interesting. So what is it that Martha likes best about what she does?
That's a great question. I really love the light bulb when somebody gets that, like the first client from the new website or the first person they don't know has found their Facebook page and liked it and shared it, or the encouragement that they get from their family, like, I didn't know you did that, when they've created an actual business page and then they shared it to their family, like their private page, and people are like, oh, that's what you do. The excitement from clients who really, the light bulb moment of clients. I love that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So your business seems to be moving in the right direction. i3 Media Solutions seems to be very successful. To what do you attribute your success?
I think that luck favors the prepared.
I love that saying.
I think that the work that has been done by the founder and the members of the team for years, and all of us working together to try and really listen to what clients need and constantly evaluate how to be better for our clients. I think that that's, you know, the focus is not on how do we make Martha's job better, how do we do better for Abby. The focus is how can we provide better services for our clients. And I think important. That's where, I think that's where the success comes from.
And that's huge important. And I do believe a big part of the success that you and i3 Media Solutions are having is because you're helping other people achieve their successes, and those light bulb moments are going out. You're passionate about helping others and you genuinely care, which kind of helped me to reach out to you. I think this is two of the major reasons i3 Media Solutions is so successful, and that my listeners should reach out to them if they're having any inklings of wanting to do some social media rehabbing or refreshing, or even just want to ask some general questions. I think that you will answer them with open and honesty, with no judgment, because to me, like, I could come to you and you might think what I'm asking, oh, that's just super simple, but you're never going to state that. You're generally going to be like, oh, let me show you. And you're happy to do it.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but you're happy to show them even the mundane. Let me show you how to share and like.
Absolutely. We actually have a workshop called Like, Share, something, huh? Like, I mean, it's like we're here to help with all the levels. So,
No worries. So what type of communication do you prefer for new clients to provide to you? How do you prefer they reach out?
I mean, really, all the methods of communication are fine. We are on everything. I think that probably easiest is an email, because that is easiest. My email personally, I believe, will be in the links, but it's martha@i3mediasolutions.com. Easy. And Martha is spelled Martha, not tricky, anything like that. We do have an office phone number. We do have all of our social media, have contact information on all of them. You can go to the website. There's a contact form. But if you want to get a hold of me, easiest would probably be email.
Okay, perfect. And because you did talk about being able to hold your hands for your clients, how long do your clients stay with you?
We have some clients who, from the very first time that Frankie opened her doors as a small business in 2002, are still clients.
That says something about the longevity of your clients and your client base and your willingness to help others. So, anyways, one last question that I always ask my guests. Is there anything that we have not covered that you want to make sure our listeners know?
I think it's to remember that if you have questions about any of these things, to please ask. Ask us, ask your neighbor, ask somebody. There are so many people willing to help you learn these things. And it is what we love to do at i3 Media Solutions, is help you learn and to show up as you want to be seen and with your best foot forward. So.
And I can attest to this because I've seen some of your work and I've been to some of your social circles, and I love the interaction that you have with not only your clients, but people who are just asking questions. That is all we have for Connecting Tucson with Jamie here at Stewart Title Studios. If you like the show, let us know. You can find i3 Media Solutions by going to Connecting Tucson with Jamie. There you can find their complete lists of all of their links and how to reach them, including phone numbers and emails, all of their social media links as well. But I'm sure if you search i3 Media Solutions, you'll find the gamut. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, people, and make that new connection. You never know where it might lead or who you will begin talking to. Until next time, this is Jamie Overturf with Farmers Insurance. Keep on making unique connections, Tucson. Have a great day.